Let's get this fucking bread, boys.
To the bank, no usher. Up in my race, bringing flows for the cluster. Nonsense, noise, all they do is go stutter. Make a drop blast, make a heart go flutter. Conversation, on my bench, bringing my bricks, but I'm at new age. Bring the plate to flip on eight, you better get paid with a calculation. Trading, you can't make me for some cool in my atmosphere. Got me food, wasting time, it's gonna pop up on the link. I'm back, and you don't need more problems, no problem for me. These for my kids, do it for my family. Never make a mistake, you know what, no stop. With a couple grenades, no safety out the window, saying now to your face. sayonara to your face. Stuff you bust, only take diligent. With the beat, she choking like a cigarette. I'm a sinner till I can't. Conversation, do my things, look at my wrist, but I'm at no edge. In the plate, the flip on eight, you better get paid when I fuck your bitch. You trading your game, make me for some cool. If I can't feel, got me from ways of time, it's gon' pop up on the left. Got me riding your brain. Like Cena, I told your team up like Cena. They couldn't see me like Cena. Tell myself with the key, I'm going crazy. I'm busy making your number, then you see thinking I hate me. I'm leaving, but the joke is I'm back with a couple grenades. No less hit the other window, sayonara to your face. Stuff you bust, only take diligent. With the beat, she choking like a cigarette. I'm a
Good morning, guys. Welcome to the live stream. We are live and the market just opened here just a second ago. Man, that S&P 500 made new yearly highs on Friday. So that was actually super cool to see. We made new yearly highs. Today, what is on watch? Really, for me, what's on watch is, are we going to continue on this uptrend, right? We need that price action to start to point to the upside this morning, and it looks like right now at open, at least we're getting a little bit of green coming in, so that's good to see. QQQ is also doing pretty well here at open. I like to see it. AMD's falling off slightly out. They were on watch. NVIDIA is really coming down here at market open, dipping back under 475, and wow, NVIDIA really getting hit pretty hard here at market open, almost back down to the mid-range of Friday, right around that 470 support. So what a big area there for NVIDIA. 470 support's going to be huge. Let me actually get that up on the book map. Of course, my whole entire setup got ruined, like literally right before the stream started today. My internet, or my power actually, sorry, cut in and out and like turned everything off, and now I gotta go reset the damn clocks on all the appliances and all that. I'm sitting here like, damn it, come on now. Open our workspace. Tom, all stocks, there we go. It's gonna take a minute to load all those bad boys up, but there we go though. NVIDIA falling off, still now back under 470 again. Couldn't even hold above there today, damn. Looking rough right there, NVIDIA. Good morning, guys. Mike, Joe, MOBA, Mason, Xbox, Evernight, and Rick. Let's go. Hope you guys are having a great week. Of course, thanks to everybody else tuning in as well. All the lurkers out there, we'll call them. But yeah, that market's falling off today. I mean, when I say falling off, you know, just at open, obviously it's dipping down just a little bit here. Doesn't mean it's going to be down red totally today, but Amazon's even pulling back here at open pretty hard. Wow. Man, Amazon. NVIDIA, 467. They're definitely under 470 now. They were trying to pop under there, and, oh, looking brutal for them right here. Do we buy the dips, Jane said. You know, that's actually not a bad idea, Jane. I would say this, though. With how steep some of these dips are, I don't like buying these ones like Apple or Amazon or like NVIDIA or something like that. But if we start to see better setups back to the upside, then that's totally cool. I wouldn't buy them yet, though, just because craziness is ensuing. QQQ is about to break a new high here, guys, so maybe check out QQQ. I know lately individual stocks have kind of been the way to go, but for right now, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's like they're doing as hot today. How the airlines? LUV, nothing crazy. DraftKings, nothing. Disney, nice. Disney's coming up a little bit. Penn Gaming, maybe. Okay. I really want to see Neo popping up over the next few days, few weeks. Neo actually has Neo Day coming up December 23rd, so get ready for that hyped up event. There's been a few big money plays lately on Neo, and last night's big money play was a new $2 million play on the 750 strike calls that expire in June. I wonder if this is the same buyer who bought the 9 strike calls for June earlier this year with $2.7 million going on them. Joe talking about Boeing. You know, Boeing's been great, Joe. He says, do you think they still have some juice? I actually do. I think Boeing does still have some juice. They just started breaking above highs of the year. So to see them getting above that's a good sign. And we would hope that there's at least like 1 or 2 more days of continuation out of this. If it's just one little break of that high and then a fall back down, that would be a pretty shitty fake out. But yeah, I'm definitely leaning up. It's hard to buy when things are up as much as Boeing is, but that's kind of the point, right? It just has that momentum, and until it proves us wrong, I always say I really like chasing it. Hood got me almost 100 already today. What's up, King? Hood, you mean 100% or $100? Because, man, 100% sounding pretty good, man. Sounding good. Zoom looking good. ZM, let's see it. Yeah, not bad. Zoom is zooming, kind of. It's just doing kind of nothing right now, though, really, for Zoom. Last week, they were doing great. I hope that they can get back up there this week. That would be amazing for us. Now that SPY's starting to turn back over again. Look at that 1 minute. Been very choppy so far since the market opened. QQQ also chopping. I cannot see the QQQ rising right now with Amazon, Nvidia, all tanking down. What about Apple's even tanking down? Microsoft's down. The QQQ's got to start coming down, right? Like, what the hell is holding this up? Same thing with the SPY. Let's look at our watch list here. Netflix is up around 2% right now. They are getting a great move today. Hell yeah, Netflix with the bullish momentum. Yeah, I'm liking the Netflix momentum there. Not bad. Good move by them. How's Meta? Oh, shit. Meta's seriously getting pummeled here, guys. Oh, no. Let's bring up our watch list for you on the left side of the screen. ASTR leading the way. Snapchat. Nice. They're doing good. Up 4%. I guess a lot of that's just pre-market, though. Intel, great move since market open. Good job, Intel. They've been pretty hot. MU, another chip stock, also moving up. Qualcomm's in the green pretty well. Yeah, nice, guys. Some of these chip stocks are looking awesome. And not the ones that you would think, like AMD or NVIDIA. It's like QCOM. Yeah, QCOM is looking good here. It just broke above the high of the year again. Right around August. Well, the August high. Actually, no. They didn't. Sorry about that. The high of the year is actually right around 140. We're getting closer to it. We broke, I guess, like the lower high of the year. Oh, that's funny. The lower high. Yeah, BA, though, looking pretty good here this morning so far. I think that's been moving okay. Starting to come back down a little bit now, but... I saw a Cybertruck with a black matte finish in the city this weekend. Did you really, Mike? Wow, that's awesome. What city, if you don't mind saying? I'm interested. That is awesome, Mike. I really need to get one of those. Give me 1 sec, guys. Sorry about that. Had to clear my throat. Oh, in New York. Wow, Mike. Okay. New York City. Finding the Cybertruck. It had dealer plates. Oh, it could have. Yeah, it could have been. That's cool, though, Mike. That's really cool. Hey, Peyton, thank you for subscribing. If you guys have not yet subscribed here to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button. We go live every single morning when that market opens. Man, Snapchat falling back down. They had such a good move in pre-market, but not the best now. Let's go back to Qualcomm, because it's really these chip stocks that have been kind of shining this morning. I wonder if that's what's been holding up the QQQ mainly. Let's get up a heat map, because I'm curious to see what it ends up looking like. Let's pick the NASDAQ 100. So Google's down. This still has Apple and Microsoft in the green. Yeah, this is delayed. Sorry, guys, the heat map's just delayed about 15 minutes, I guess. I don't know why they delay the heat map. It's kind of weird. Boeing, looking good. PayPal, yeah, Mark. They are trying today. You know what else might be doing good is Square, SQ, and yes, they are. PayPal, Square, Zoom. All three of those have been like on the watch lately. They've been starting to do a lot better. Man, Square is not bad, I'll tell you. Up to $70 right now. having a lot of good momentum here. Might try to break 70.50 soon. Let's go over, though, what is going to go on this week, guys, because there is some huge data set to come out tomorrow morning, 1 hour before the market opens. We're getting the inflation data and all the CPI numbers and etc. coming out, and it's expected to show that inflation's falling a little bit more. Let's try to bring up the chart here really quick so I can show you a little bit better. So you can see that we were rising a little bit. Inflation went from 3.2 to 3.7, and then it tapered off, and then it fell down to 3.2. Now they're expecting it to come in at 3.1, which will be slightly lower again, just ever so slightly lower though. If we don't see that come in at 3.1 and it ends up coming in higher than 3.2, like as in 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, and higher, we're going to probably see a lot of negative volatility out of the stock market if that happens. Now, if inflation comes in and it is falling back down again and it gets closer to like 3% or down into the 2s, the market might have a good rally. So just wanted to mention that for you, everyone who's thinking about that tomorrow. TQQQ looking great today. Ultra Pro QQQ, yes, doing very well. As the NASDAQ starts to break out again, so a lot of those tech stocks, chip stocks are really holding the market up here. Apple, Microsoft, they are not really doing anything today. What about Tesla? Nothing. Guys, what is holding up the NASDAQ today? It's got to be these other chip stocks like MU. Like what? Hey, I see DraftKings is up 2% again. That's good. That's good. They fell back down to $36 last week, which kind of sucked. You know, they were sitting around 40. If you guys didn't know, the CFO, let me see if I can get on Open Insider here. Here we go, Open Insider. Oh. I hope my internet's working. What's up, guys? Is everything good? Oh, no. Let me make sure here. I think everything's all good. Nice, okay. Cool, cool. I thought my internet was out for a second because the prices aren't even changing really on the chart too much either. Maybe I'm just lagging or something. Let's see. Is Open Insider like not working for anybody else? There it is. Now it worked. So here we go. I want to go to DraftKings here and show you guys this because this is pretty insane. So the CFO here and a few other people have been dumping a ton of shares. Look at this. Paul Lieberman actually just dumped 17 million. The CFO, Jason Park, ended up dumping $28 million worth the other day. And the thing that makes that so significant that he sold that when he did is, number one, it was right at the top. And number two, it was like 75% of his position. It's not like he owned like $500 million worth of this and then only sold 28 million. He only had like, I don't know the exact number. Let's say like probably 45 million and then dumped 28 million of it. Like that's quite a bit. I can't remember the exact number, but it was like a lot of his position on it, which was a little bit, made me start thinking. I'm like, man, that's a bad sign. Like, do they know DraftKings is going to go down here in the short term? And, you know, you look at that daily chart and the way DraftKings started dipping right after they did that, not surprising to me at all. Not surprising. Now, as it rises here, I'm going to really watch for something on DraftKings here because it seems like it's setting up like a head and shoulders chart on the daily pattern here. Kind of drew that out. Do like our little shoulders here. You know, I'm going to be really careful of this pattern here as it starts to play out, because it's going to be pretty rough short term. I have a feeling DraftKings might fall down a little bit over the next few months or so. They are expected to do really well with revenue next year, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see if that keeps up. Boeing now coming back to the downside. Oh, a sad stock to see. IBM. Whoa, nice. Yeah, they're having a good day. Let's see the daily chart. Whoa. Yeah, no joke with them. They are really coming up. Now, this stock has been stuck for a while. Look at this big channel here. Right between like 105 and the higher ends around 150-ish. So I was watching this for a long time. I don't know how long I've had this support on the chart for, but for quite a while. Should have been buying it down there. How's Disney still looking? Okay, I like this look. Still holding support extremely well. Neo's holding. Nice. Yeah, Neo's going to be pretty tough here, I think, for a couple weeks. But once Neo Day comes on December 23rd, that's what could really change the sentiment for Neo. Now, December 23rd is a Saturday. So I just wanted everybody to realize that it is a Saturday. So Xbox said he was always talking about it. What? Hey, what's up? Got my sneaks. I love it. Thanks for joining today. Check out KOLD, cold. Oh yeah, natural gas. Okay, I was gonna say I've seen this stock a lot, but couldn't remember what it was. Natural gas. Ultra short, that is. That's why it's called cold. Is there one called heat? Touchstone Climate Transition ETF. What the? Maybe it's cold and then hot. Nope. That's cool. Pro shares though, natural gas. That thing's having quite the move today. Sheesh. How's gold and silver looking? That's gonna be a big thing to look at here as well. Gold's coming down, silver's coming down. Yep. And SPY's actually staying around the same. So that kind of sucks for the commodity players out there right now. But keep in mind, guys, gold and silver have been exploding. You know, don't be surprised that gold is, you know, coming down off its quadruple top now. You know, this is a big resistance here. I was talking about this a lot with this resistance. Like, it seemed like it might break, like we're finally on the fourth touch, but you never know. Those resistances end up being pretty big, and looks like it's definitely holding up on gold and silver right now. But hey, gold and silver went on quite one hell of a run. Like, you know, that was great. It's just, this is what happens with these runs. Now, you know, Nvidia went on a nice run, right? And it just keeps going. Like, you know, a lot of people suggest that gold and silver do that, but then they think that Nvidia running up is crazy. So I don't know. I feel like the commodities are a lot slower than stocks, so maybe they'll respect the channel a little bit more or something. I don't know. Gold and silver, though, is definitely starting to downtrend here. I will be watching for some big supports coming up, though, like right around 182 to 180 on GLD. After that, I'll be watching 176. AMD calls Evernight, said QQQ red by Jane. Oh my gosh, AMD. Yes, I think AMD calls could be good here, Evernight, for real. That is a great move, a great break of last week's high. Holy shit. They're running up into big resistance. Watch for them to get to like 132, 133, at least 132. But 133, I think that they could get to as well. That was a good channel to break there. Let's go, guys. AMD. That's awesome. Love to see AMD moving like this. That's fire. Oh. Man, AMD is looking awesome right now. Uh-oh, ZM is getting kicked out of the NASDAQ. Oh, shit. That's no good. Not good at all. I'm closing all my Zoom now, guys. Good trade, though, on that one. We had those 70 strike calls for February. Pretty good trade overall, though, I'd say. You know, we see that daily chart. It started breaking that channel pretty well. Breaking the trend. It'll probably get kicked out of the NASDAQ and explode, but just figured I'd lock in right there. Not bad. We'll take that any day of the week. I've been slowly scaling out of that one, but Neo, I'm hoping Neo's options can still come back. That would be pretty cool. Neo Day, I'm very hopeful on that. I'm really respecting that big support, though, on the chart more than anything. That's really what I'm watching down here around $7. It's been continuing to hold and bounce off of that perfectly. So as long as that keeps up, I like it. Hey, it does say, though, that DoorDash, DASH, is getting added to the NASDAQ, so that's pretty cool. I feel like DoorDash could actually be amazing right now. I think that company is awesome. Come on, AMD. Let's get another run. Come on. Keep this momentum. You have 2 red candles there. No more red. We need a nice green one to come up and break the high of this red candle. Come on now. 132.20. Get up there and break it. Come on, AMD. There you go. That's some better movement for us. Yeah, I'm loving this overnight. Come on. Come on, AMD. On these uptrends, you'll get these little pullbacks like this with 2 red candles. We don't want this, though, to turn into, like, something longer. We want to keep it on these 2 red candles for this uptrend. We need that high here to break soon. Hey, do I have any viewers here from India this morning? I'm actually drinking an Indian tea. It's pretty good tea as well. I tried it last night. I think it's called like Darjeeling. Darjeeling? Oh man, it's awesome. I think it might be one of the better teas I've had lately. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Darjeeling, let's see. Yeah, that's it. Darjeeling. Perfect. All right, AMD's coming back. Look at that. It never broke that candle, guys. Never broke the candle. Huh, I gotta see this. I'm trying to see who Lucid replaced here. Who did Lucid replace in the NASDAQ? Oh, wow. So there were 6 total companies ousted here. Wow. Enphase got kicked out too. Enphase got kicked out of the NASDAQ? What? That's pretty crazy, guys. I didn't realize it happened with Enphase as well. This has been a really big thing here lately. Ha, scammer payback. I feel you there. Sniper bot. Yes, sir. Hopefully Sniper bot loads his weapon. There's some good opportunities there at open. I still want to figure out who with their NASDAQ debut. I think something with them doing a merger with Churchill Capital is making it weird. Because they did a SPAC, I think. Gotta hate the SPACs, right? All right, SPY. Coming back up here. Here we go. Is SPY going to make a new high of the day? We really need to see it get above that chop zone that it was at here a few minutes ago. If it could break like 460.35, that would be a good move here for SPY. And it would be fairly close to breaking the pre-market high at that point. So let's see it. It could get new highs of the year again if we keep this up. How are the banks today? Oh, not as good as I expected. Doing nothing again. SPY though, man. Looking fire. Let's see the heat map. Refresh it real quick. Yeah, I mean, the NASDAQ is... all the big players are green, but all the big players are red, but all the small players are green, which is pretty weird. And I don't mean to call AMD or Netflix small, but just compared to like Apple and Amazon and Tesla. Let's look at the SPY itself. Yeah, very, very mixed. AVGO, guys, is on fire. Avgo, holy shit. Broadcom, I should call it. Wow. What a move in this stock. AVGO, holy shit. Almost to $1,000 a share again. That's like right at their resistance. You gotta love it when there's a resistance right at 1,000, right? What's resistance for Sava? Let's see. SAVA. Cassava Science. Yeah. Coming up off its low here, off support. There's a big resistance. We were talking about this a little bit on last night's video. So as the stock was declining here, there were a few spots. Like right where I have the red line right now is a pretty big resistance. Right around like 25.30 to 25.50. You know, maybe like a little 20-cent range right there. After that, there's a lot of hits right on 26.20. And then after that, it looks like 27.25. Wow. Hey, somebody added me in the chat and asked me to talk about Apple on the live for sure. AAPL. Let's check that out. Running up into highs on the daily chart, at least up into highs of this year. And it's actually hitting here, and this is acting as resistance. So now Apple's starting to come down a little bit, which is not looking good. I would say intraday, this is a very, very bearish pattern for me. I'm definitely going to be watching this one to the downside today, not the upside. Yeah, just judging by the way that this thing's setting up right here. It looks like it's sliding off to me, which it looks like it's going to honestly, over the next few minutes, start to make new lows of the day. So I'm really looking at puts here on Apple at the moment, especially with how it ran up into highs of the year and then is getting rejected like very, very, very hard. So I'm really watching that with Apple here very, very closely, because I think that it's going to end up rejecting off that. Now, if it starts to rise back up, I think that there could be an opportunity for an intraday calls, but I wouldn't expect it to get too far, like maybe like up to like 194 or like 193.50 again. But I don't really expect it to get all the way back up to like 195 or 196, because there's just so much resistance here. Like I would expect it to hit off of one of those and consolidate at this point today, unless we just start to see all tech stocks explode, which we might. You know, it's happened before. I'm sure it'll happen again. Tech is a fun sector to be in. Sold CCs on Apple last week near the high. Beautiful, beautiful, Taru. SM said, AVGO, can we do puts? Let's see, AVGO. No, I would not do them yet. This thing's on fire. It's running up towards 1,000. If you want to try to front run puts at 1,000, why not? I mean, I guess if you want to try it, go ahead. But you're going to need to really keep that stop loss like at like $1,005, I would say. Something like close to that. If it hits that, then I would look to maybe close the play. Yeah, because we got to see 1,000 hold up here as resistance. And it looks like right now it's actually right on 1,000, which is awesome. So let's see it. It'll be hitting 1,000 in just a second. Let's see. I'll get a drink of tea while we wait. Come on, AVGO, let's see what you got. And hey, if you guys are enjoying the live stream, make sure you smash that like button. Let's get those likes up. Really helps us out on YouTube, and you know, it's easy for you guys to do. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe so that you get notified every time I go live, and hit that bell icon. I hate school connection. My stuff never loads, so I couldn't get the AMD calls. Damn. That sucks, Evernight, but you know, AMD's doing pretty good now, coming back. Come on, AMD. Let's see Apple here. I still think Apple looks extremely bearish intraday. Like, this type of pattern I do not like is dip buying back up. It can happen, you know, it could come back up, but I'm really thinking bearish on this one. I scalped AMD, but I want more. Is it too high right now? Yes, I would say it's too high. It's literally hitting resistance right now as I speak, running up right into a line that I've had on my chart for a while. it might blast up through here and just not care about it, but it is on resistance, which is also, I think, high of the year. If I'm not mistaken, it's sitting right at highs. Yep, literally right at highs of the year right now on AMD. Remember, guys, there's always going to be haters out there who think that these tech companies sometimes just cannot ever go up, right? And they'll down talk it. They'll down talk it. Guys, AMD and NVIDIA are such great companies. Like, of course, there's points like where you see them and you're like, hey, they're way overextended, you know, time to short it. That happens. But right now, they have just been so resilient over the past however many months into years almost. But yeah, right now it's a little bit too high at the moment. I think that it'll hit this resistance and start to consolidate a little bit at least. Let's see. Mara puts, Xbox said. Well, let's see Bitcoin really fast. Bitcoin. Let's see it. Let's see it. Definitely coming down hard. Let's see the daily. Oh, yeah. Big red candle. 44,000 down to 41,000 now. It almost looks like DraftKings on the chart. In a way. But, yeah, Bitcoin. Definitely a big drop today. I would say Mara puts is pretty good, Xbox. You know, I would say I like that. Because I'm expecting Bitcoin to keep dipping here a little bit more. I don't think it'll just have that one red day and then that'll be it. I do think Mara puts could be pretty good. I'd maybe go with like the 15 strike puts though. I wouldn't go too far out of the money. And for time frame, that just depends on how quick or how long you're looking for there. Let's see AMD here. Looking pretty good. Looking fire. Yeah, that's pretty big though. AMD is going to have AI chips that compete with NVIDIA's, which are pretty insane here. That's pretty big. I think it was called like the MI300X or MI3000X or something like that. It's pretty big. Pretty big. How's Unity doing? Yeah, you know, Unity. Let's see. $U. Falling down pretty hard. Down under $32 even. Downloading Microsoft Teams for a job interview. What? Microsoft Teams. I've never used that, Sean. Let me know how it goes. Unity looks pretty rough today, actually. That's an awesome break there. Yeah, there we go. New high of the year. I'm surprised it didn't hold up here a little bit and have more consolidation. Very surprised, but hey, good movement though. $133.50. Man, that is awesome right now with AMD. 133.70 now. Let's go. It's me from the other chat, the one asking about Apple. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let's go check back in. Yeah, there we go. Starting to slide back off pretty roughly. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's awesome. Down to 192 support. SPY moving, Sean said. Is it to the downside? Probably the upside. Yeah, breaking out. Look at that. SPY, almost a new highs of the year again. Come on, SPY. Let's get there. That's pretty big. 133.76. Boom. Look at that. That is fire right there. Let's keep it up, AMD. Wow. How much are you going to go? That's the question, right? I'm loving that SPY movement, too. Let's get that watch list open. Penn Gaming is up 4%. Yes, Penn. Penn Gaming coming back alive.
Let's get this fucking bread, boys.
Man, AMD, I can't express my my happiness for this one any higher. There we go. All right, it looks like it might have finally found a high. All right, guys. Hey, I want to run a poll with you guys really fast because we all know what's coming out tomorrow is the inflation data. And then on Wednesday, we're going to get PPI data along with the FOMC interest rate decision, which will be huge. And then Powell will be talking there. So the next 2 days will be very, very important. But I want to run a poll with you guys about the CPI data tomorrow. Will inflation fall down or rise with tomorrow's data? All right, let's see it. I'm going to have it up in just a second. All right, guys, vote it up. Do as many, vote up. I want to see a lot of people voted for this one. I'm really curious what you guys think on this with the inflation data, because a lot of people might suggest that inflation might be going up a little bit right now since the market has been so resilient and so good. Uh-oh, AMD 134 top. That is awesome, though. AMD had a great day, starting to consolidate at 134. We'll just call that one done for the day now. That move was too good. I doubt it continues, and if it does, you know, probably a pretty rare one. So Microsoft here, going to look at them intraday. Looks like they are pretty rough, kind of like Apple's setup earlier. I do like Microsoft down here to the downside. Now we can use a couple levels here, which is cool, like 367.85 as a nice support. If you're really quick and you're watching this on the chart and you see that break real quick, bam, I think it'll be like almost a guaranteed retest of like 366.50 as long as that breaks, though. You know, it looks like right now it's starting to still come up a little bit. So definitely got to wait for it to break. Let's actually put a alert here. The alert's on our array, which is kind of cool. All right, Banks, what are you doing? Coming back down for us. DraftKings, nice day for you. Penn, still looking great. Look at that, 25.11. Bam, Penn. That's pretty fire. That is fire there. How do you get the support lines and resistance? Well, it takes a little bit of, I would say, skill at charting to kind of get those. Oh, SniperBot comes out with a play, guys. Meta puts on the SniperBot. I just wanted to show you guys that. It's a play kind of like Apple to the downside. Loving that right there. Meta and Apple really falling off. My poll is blank too. No! You guys can't see the poll. It's just blank. Damn, try to refresh your page or something if you can. Maybe that'll make it work. And also when you refresh, smash that like button if you haven't yet. I appreciate you guys. Nice. Jane just bought the Neo calls with the big money. Beautiful, Jane. I've been buying up some Neo calls as well with the big money. So I love to see that, Jane. Let's see it play out well for us, hopefully. One pretty cool thing that happened over the weekend, I'm sure a lot of you guys saw this, is Shohei Ohtani ended up signing with the Dodgers, which is pretty insane. But get this, here's what's really crazy about it. He signed for 10 years, $700 million. That comes out to $70 million a year. It's the largest baseball contract. It's actually the largest sports contract ever. It's even larger. I think it said like Lionel Messi might have beaten it, or might have not have beaten it. He came close, and I think he had like 650 million or something. And Ohtani's contract actually beat his, by a little bit, but still beat it, which is pretty insane. Welcome to the big money club. I know, right? Jason said, I thought he signed with Anaheim. Well, they actually don't even call it Anaheim anymore, Jason, but no, he's actually with the Dodgers now. He was with Anaheim, though. Well, like I said, they call it the Los Angeles Angels now, but I know what you mean by the Anaheim Angels. Is AVGO ready to drop? I fucking hope so. Is it over 1,000? Nice, guys, rejecting at 1,000. I think this could be a good put play. But hey, just keep in mind, you're trying to play puts on a stock that is very explosive. Now, $1,000 is going to be huge here. That's pretty big there. AVGO. I think it's pretty good off 1,000. You can just put a stop loss, like literally at like $1,003. Like literally, it's one of the best risk reward ratios. Like, here's how I would do this. You'd enter right here, where we are. You put a stop like 1,004. And then you're gonna try to target like 980, maybe on like the first contracts where you take profits, and then maybe like 960 on the next contracts where you take profits. Maybe start to scale out as it goes down there. But like, look at that risk reward. This is your risk, this little thing there, and this is your potential reward. Like, holy shit. That is quite the setup here for a risk reward opportunity. And the problem is probably this is a $1,000 stock, so how many people are going to really be looking at puts on this? Let's see how expensive they are. I haven't checked yet, but let's see. Yeah, January 19th at the money, you're talking like $3,000 per contract. Which for a lot of people out there, I'm sure that automatically makes it a no play, but the spread is kind of too. You could maybe turn it, well, speaking of spreads, you could maybe turn the play into a spread. And keep in mind, when I said $3,000 at the money, I went out to January. If we keep it in December, it's like $1,000 at the money, which is a lot better, So if you're going to scalp the puts, I definitely go more at the money. Any ideas on Tesla? Let's see. Tesla's been pretty rough here. Here's what I have to show with Tesla. There's been a pretty big trend line lately, okay? You can see I have it pointed out in red right here on some of the hits. There's actually a couple. So if we zoom out on the longer term chart, there's this big red line that I have circled in blue right now, and I'm drawing blue all over it. This red line is a huge long-term trend. Okay, big downtrend. Tesla's been stuck in it for a long, long time. In the short term, there's a purple trend line that I drew out. this trend line is playing out near perfectly on Tesla. And I mean perfect. Like, we're talking picture perfect bounces off of that trend. It's kind of trading sideways up into that trend again. The big thing here is, what are we going to see with Tesla? There's going to be a couple scenarios, and I'm going to play these out for you guys so that you can kind of use this to dictate your price action once you identify which way this starts to go. So there's a few things that could happen. I'm thinking it could trade sideways over into this purple line, hit it, and then start falling down. Okay, that's a very possible opportunity. Or it could just get volatile the next couple days with the FOMC and then come tanking down into the new year. Okay, that's one possibility, is a what I would call a trend line hit, which is where we don't break it. A trend line break would be a true move up and over the trend. So if we start to see it break above this trend line and get specifically back above like 248, that would be a great sign of momentum back to the upside. And I think you could get a good scalp to 250 or so, if not even higher. And then after we break that purple line, you're going to keep an eye on the red line, because that red line is going to then maybe come back into play for that longer term trend. So that's kind of the few things that I'm watching. But I think that once this purple line breaks, it might give us enough fuel to get us up and through that next trend as well. And on a longer term basis for Tesla, like if we zoom out, we really want to see this break. Like, we obviously, that's what, you know, stocks, you want to see a nice breakout, right? You don't always want to see them dying off like Tesla has the past 2 years, especially when they just announced the Cybertruck. So I think that once we start to see the numbers coming in for the trucks and stuff, I think Tesla will start to kind of break out of this trend in kind of the fashion that I'm, you know, showing here on the chart right now. It won't just be like straight up or anything, but I do think that this trend will start to break and they'll start to get back up towards that all-time high again eventually. Now, the question is this where we're going to break it? Or like I said, if it starts to fall, then, you know, we might need to watch the bottom area of the trend again until it gets down to the bottom of this giant wedge, you might almost say. So there's a few things that I'm watching here for Tesla, but if it starts rejecting here, then obviously I'm going to do puts. But I'm going to be really patient and just like wait for that break of the purple line and then get in on that move there rather than just trying to play something random with it. Now, on a daily level, like intraday today, puts look awesome. It is right at support now, but it was like Apple, you know, it's just been kind of slowly sliding off all morning, looking like shit, I guess we'll say, to put it crudely. Amazon also coming down a little bit too, sliding down. If we break that resistance, Tesla will explode. I know, right? That's really what I'm waiting for. And I was hopeful that the Cybertruck event would help make it break, but Tesla's events never seem to really help them out. So I was very skeptical, but yeah, it sucks that that truck did not help them as much as maybe people had hoped. But intraday, look at this, it's still moving down. On the 1 minute candles, it's having some nice movement to the downside. Let's see, Boeing doing nothing. Wow, Zoom and Square again. Square came all the way back. Oh no, what about PayPal? Hey, PayPal's having an intraday resurgence, coming back up a little bit. Yeah, Nvidia, Tesla taking a dive, I know. Nvidia looks rougher, even rougher, yeah. Brutal for them. Brutal. How's Penn still looking? PENN. Damn, now they're coming down intraday too. It's all right. Totally A-okay there. Come on though, Penn. I'd like to see you move better. Tom, why do I suck with real money but succeed when I'm paper trading? Well, Evernight, there's a couple reasons. my first thought is emotions are the first big thing I'm thinking of. Definitely thinking of that. Let me get some supports for some people really quick. Like SMSM's looking at Meta really fast. Let me see what we're looking at here. Meta. 15-minute chart. Big support down at 322, but now we're actually under that, which is nice. 320 is a big support. Under there, I see 317. Yeah, I like 317 there, 318. And then 315 once we get past there. If you're looking at like huge support, I really like 310 over the next like couple weeks. But I know you're probably meaning intraday for the bot play today, and it's actually down a lot right now. I would think that Meta now actually starts to come up a little bit. So just keep that in mind. I would expect it to maybe like come up just a little bit, maybe retest that resistance there and then come back down. That would be actually a picture perfect way it would play out today if it happened. It'll probably end up, being a little choppier than that though. Hopefully it doesn't get back above like 322.50 with some good momentum. I hope it stays under there. But overnight, the first big thought about that with the real money and then succeeding with paper trading is really emotions. That's the first huge thought. Obviously, whenever you're trading with paper money, you can lose and it doesn't matter, right? You trade with real money and you lose, well, you might have just blown half a year's salary or something. So, I don't know exactly the answer to that overnight because there's a few things, but that's my first thought is emotions. Now, with my second thought, it could be that whenever you paper trade, if you're doing really fast scalps, whenever you paper trade, a lot of times there's like automatic fills that go on. Whereas whenever you trade options, the fills don't happen as quick, and sometimes you might not get filled if, like, for example, you're at like the wrong side of the spread or something like that. That could be a big difference there if you're like doing quicker scalps, because you got to be able to get those exits as quick as possible. And if you're scalping and you're paper trading, you could buy in like, let's just say Meta calls right now at like 321.90, and when it hits 322, you could probably instantly sell those calls out at the perfect edge of the spread on that option. And when I say spread, I mean between the bid and the ask. Like if someone's asking, let's just say 1.9, right? And someone's bidding 1.75, that puts like a 15-cent gap there, right? If you're paper trading, that 15-cent gap will probably automatically fill as long as you're anywhere within there. Whereas in real life, that it's not really like that as much. But nice. I like this with Meta, though. I'm hoping that as it starts to uptrend here, I hope that it hits off these little resistances and starts to downtrend again, kind of like right here. See how it like consolidated a little bit, but never really got back above resistance, and then bam, finally got that big move down right here on my arrow. That's kind of what I'm hoping for here is like consolidation and just a drop. Another drop. That would be great. Weeble is doing a paper trading competition. Nice, Xbox. That's interesting. Yeah, go check that out. That's probably fun. That sounds pretty fun. Maybe I'll join it for fun. It does sound kind of cool. Evernight said that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, I see. I'm up 1,000 right now. Oh, you're up 1,000 on paper trading. That actually doesn't sound like a lot for paper trading, Evernight. You better pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in the paper trading racket, in the words of Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
Hey, what's up, Matthew? You start with 25K. Oh, I see, Evernight. I see. Well, that's a little bit better then. I see. I'm sitting here thinking that like they're giving you like a $200,000 paper trade account or something. I see. All right, Palantir, come on, keep it up today. Keep moving. Getting some good movement back up here. Remember, if you guys are new, make sure you smash that subscribe button. We're actually almost up to 2,000 subscribers, which is pretty nice. It's been going up slow and steady. Let's see Palantir real quick. Ah, nothing there. Jane, what do the top 8 positions usually get around? This is my first. Oh, nice. Evernight, can you trade options? I'm guessing you can on the paper trading competition, right? Yeah, you can. Okay. That's pretty sick. I would think that like the best way to go with that competition, because you know that some, this sounds bad, but you know that some dummy is gonna just go out there and just go like all in to like some crazy call options, right? Like, let's say you noticed AMD was popping off this morning. You probably could have went with some like calls that expired this week that were like way out of the money, that were going for like 1 cent. You know, you like, let's go find one really quick. Let's say AMD, you know, like, let's say you were going to go nuts today, right? You decide like, oh man, I'm going to go with like the 145 strike calls or the 146 strike calls or something nuts like that. And, you know, you buy them for like, for like point, you know, 1.5, and then sell them like right away for like 0.30 and like double your account, right? Like with that paper trading competition, you're going to get a lot of people who are being dumb who end up winning. So like, let's just say like, you know, so let's just say like AMC, right? Let's say somebody right now, some random person's like, I'm just going to go all into AMC calls for the competition, right? And then let's say AMC does happen to pop off, right? They're probably going to win the competition by kind of being stupid, you know? I hope that I can make that sound good, but I've seen that in a lot of those competitions over the years. I'm like, well, how did they win? And I go look and I'm like, oh, like they would just get real lucky with some stock exploding, and then they bought like They went all into like the most riskiest shit that they could have, you know, and then it worked out. That's essentially like what's gonna win that competition. They don't let you YOLO when I played it. They have rules. Really? Jane, were you doing a competition on Webull, or like, were you doing, you might have been doing a different, were you trying to do one of those like prop firm things? But, oh, it was on Webull. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. Gotcha, gotcha. Huh. Yeah, well, if they do have some rules, then that's going to be a big difference, but they have rules on how you can trade. Maybe this competition has different rules then. Back to AMD. Here we go. Let's see these percentages on the side. Costco running up into earnings. Nice. Nice, Costco. I think it's a new all-time high. Let me check. Yeah. Yep. Nice, Costco. They might have officially had a new all-time high Friday, but today was like the big break. Let's see what kind of moves we are finding here. Boeing breaking HOD. Boeing, nice. Nice, 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 Boeing. How's RCL, CCL? It's funny how stocks, I gotta say something here because it, you know, I think that a lot of people need to hear this. It's really funny how the market goes flat. You know, people say the whole past 2 years, all I've heard is the market's doing nothing. It's just flat. It's choppy. It's going all over the place. Yada, yada, yada. It's done nothing the past 2 years, right? Now that it starts to rise and retest highs, like everyone's like, well, it needs to fall, it needs to fall, it needs to fall, it needs to fall. Like, we just went through a big 2-year period of pullback. You know, like, for real. We did. You know, how often does the market pull back for 2 years straight? You know, it's not often. It's not often, right? Whenever I'm sitting here thinking about this, you know, I'm surprised that more people just don't get how, like, the market is resilient. You know, it's such a resilient market. Of course, it's like, you know, hey, we're running up into resistance. Watch out. It might hit resistance and fall, or we're getting overextended, you know, but I mean, let's go through history. I mean, look at the uptrend from 2010 to 2022. I mean, you know, the market's been overextended forever, guys. You know, it fucking has, you know. That's just how the stock market is. It's been overextended forever. You know, I get it that like AMD or something might be trading at a crazy valuation or what the fuck ever. But the market's resilient and people trade on those what's going to be in the future, right? Maybe AMD will end up turning into Nvidia here soon, right? I mean, it's possible. It's plausible given the new chips they're coming out with and all that stuff. That might increase their revenues and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, will it increase maybe to the point that traders are buying it at? Maybe not. But that's just because stocks are euphoric, you know? That's just how stocks are. Like, look at Apple, you know? The only answer people have to Apple continuing to beat everybody's expectations and do so well year after year after year and going up is like, oh, well, they're Apple. Well, you know what? Everything else is everything else. Nvidia's Nvidia. AMD's AMD. You know, and will they come down at some point? Yeah. I mean, with how quickly that they've all went up, they'll probably come down like bat out of hell when they finally do. And that's going to be a fun trade to the downside. Like, I'm literally watching and waiting for it on Nvidia. But my point is just that stocks are very resilient, and over the course of time, they'll generally prove the bears wrong. And it's not even proving the bears wrong. It's just that a lot of people will miss a lot of opportunities because they're too scared of said stock or whatever. And I get it, because like you go look at something like Zoom and you're like, holy fuck, what a dumb company, right? Like, it exploded with COVID. Everybody loved it when it was up here. Everyone. You know, now that it's down here, everyone's like, oh, it sucks, you know? Now they're starting to see why it kind of was overblown, right? It was a COVID stock. Way overblown on the hype. I mean, Square, there's a bazillion stocks like this. PayPal. DraftKings was like this too. There was a whole bunch, right? And that's just my point, is just, you know, you're gonna get those stocks that go down eventually, right? But you'll get the resilient ones too. And you gotta pick better companies, right? Like something like Zoom like fucking sucks, right? Like something like AMD is awesome. But like if you ask some people, they'll say AMD's terrible, Zoom's better, you know? And to me, those people are just flat out fucking wrong. So, I don't know. Even if AMD's trading at a higher valuation than it should, I still would go with it over something like a Zoom. But I like both. I just, you know, AMD is the company that has that true potential, I think. You know, like they're in such a different landscape. Now, if Zoom came out and they said, oh, we're making Zoom AI chips now, I might rethink Zoom. Seriously. All right, AVGO pushing above 1,000. Let's see. Thoughts on Google? Google. Yeah, coming down a little bit. You know, another AI stock. They were running up into this big channel, rejecting. They're right in the middle. They're right in the middle of the chop zone right now, and it's going to be kind of hard to analyze Google at the moment. This one's going to be one that I normally don't say this, but I think we need to give this one a few days and kind of see how it plays out and how some of these other big tech stocks play out, like Amazon and Apple and others. Because it was looking pretty bearish like Apple, but it's just right in the middle of that chop zone. And we need to kind of see, I think, how the next few days play out before we just make a decision here. I'm curious as hell what the Feds say. A lot of people are thinking that the Federal Reserve is going to start to talk about, you know, maybe leaving rates higher for longer and maybe the needs for rates to stay high, you know? I think that that's kind of what they're going to be hitting on here. Because a lot of people are thinking with the markets being so high, it's obviously like Powell and the Feds would kind of prefer the markets went down. Look at QQQ. There we go. New highs of the year again. Breaking the recent highs. Looking awesome. Let's go. QQQ. Hell yeah. Hell to the yes. Netflix. Let's go. Let's go, Netflix. Up to 470 now. Looking amazing. Netflix has so much momentum in the short term. Boeing continued with its break. Love seeing Boeing move like this. Boeing was actually one of the plays I called out last night. If you guys missed that from last night's video, every single video, we'd go over momentum plays towards the end of the video. So make sure you guys stick around till the end of the nightly videos. We go over a lot of plays and opportunities for the next day. Boeing was one of those opportunities that I was talking about for this week, and that was a pretty fire move today. Let's go. Let's go. Love to see that. AMD, are we still coming down? No, it's still moving up. It held support. Look at that, AMD. Somehow it's holding. Continuing to go. I would think it slows down, though, soon. Let's see if we can identify a big resistance coming up or something. I mean, Adobe. I'm thinking of buying SPY after the FOMC. I'm just sitting and waiting to see what happens. I'll buy for the month if things are good. Nice, Jane. Nice. We see Meta again. I think they're about to hit big resistance. Yeah, they're hitting pretty good intraday resistance right now. Definitely. It's good to actually see this playing out this way. We needed to kind of stay under this level at 323. It'd been very good to stay under there. Give me 1 minute, guys. I will be right back. Just give me a minute or so. Thanks for sticking around today, though. If you guys are still here, smash that like button. It really, really helps us out. Please smash it. I'll get down on my hands and knees and beg you if I have to. No, I'm just kidding. I won't, but be right back. All right, AMD starting to come back down a little bit now. It's about done right at 135. Wow, that's starting to come back down a little bit at least. It could still break out a little bit more, but I don't know. I wouldn't look at it. Boeing looks great, though. 247.20. Love to see that right there. Good job, Boeing. Look at the daily chart on Boeing. It's not all the time you see candles like this. And with it breaking the high or the yearly high last week on Friday, that was an amazing push here up to higher than 247. I mean, that is just looking beautiful right now. Paul Pierce. Man. Paul Pierce from the Celtics. Let's go. Yeah, pen off support's been fire. Pen setup looks awesome here. I'm loving that support, Pen. Wow. The daily on Pen is just insane. How many trades do you usually do a day? Sure. Let me see if I can try to get an average number here. I'm guessing that my average trades per day are probably around 0.7. Somewhere around there, 0.7 trades per day. I know that's getting like pretty technical, but there's some days I don't even take a trade. I'm a very, very patient trader. I really like to wait for breaks, kind of like on Zoom. We go look at like the daily chart and it's breaking out on the daily. You know, like that's an awesome setup. I love to see that with Zoom. And Zoom's actually fire today again. Zoom's looking good. But yeah, usually like 0.7, you know, because I'm very patient with these trades. Like, I'll really wait for a key breakout before I get in. Like, I also believe that it's very, very important not to overtrade. I used to have a big problem with overtrading when I was new. Like, I used to trade futures, and sometimes I would take, I'm not fucking with you. Literally, I'm being serious here. I've done like 300 trades in a day before. And the fees on that ended up being like $1,000 or more, actually. I had this client that for 2 years, every month, he gets 2 hours of my time for a discount rate of 50. He always asks for over 8 hours of work, and I have to write up quotes every month. He never buys, and it's getting on my nerves. I might drop him as a client. Quoting him sometimes costs more in time than he paid me. I feel you there, Jane. Do whatever maximizes the cash flow for you. That would be pretty big. I have a habit of trading until my buying power is gone. I'm working on that too. Yo, I feel you, Jane, because you have a cash account, right? That must be what you mean, right? Whoa, what was that? Boeing's actually has a intraday head and shoulders going on now. Look at that. Nice head right here, and we got our little shoulders. You could probably target 246 on this to the downside. I'm curious if this ends up playing out good. Looks like a pretty solid one though to me. I do like 10 trades a day, but small profit each trade because I usually close early. I need some help learning how to hold. That's the thing. I really prefer doing like less trades, but I also like to do maybe higher positions and just safer plays. So like I'll get in on like a key break or something like that. I really don't force anything. So like I'll never say like, hey, I have to trade today. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a really bad way to go about it. A really good way is to say, just simply say, I'm just going to trade when the setup presents itself. You know, if the setup presents itself, then there you go. That is quite the move from Penn. Oh, Quad X. That's nice. Quad X is pretty fun. Yeah, that's awesome. Come on, AMD. Yep, looks like 135 might have been that high of day there. Come on, Penn. Getting through 26 would be awesome for them, but look at all the hits on 26 on the daily here. I mean, we're talking a ton of wicks have touched this exact area. Even just a couple weeks ago, 26 was a pretty good high. Oh, you have to make trading accounts under your mom's details since you're under 18. Whoa. Yeah, be careful doing 10 trades a day at that age. I'll tell you what, with your age, if you just started buying a bunch of shares every month, I'd bet you in 10 years you'd be so happy. If I would have bought shares when I was 18 and just held them, and I did, I just sold them all, like AMD and stuff. Oh my God. I mean, we're talking like AMD alone with the amount of shares I had, if I just would have held them, would have probably netted me like 300,000 plus or something. Maybe even more. I owned them at like $9 before the split. Oh no, they didn't even split. My bad. I owned them at like $9 though. Man, that would have been such a good play. Son of a bitch. 2,400%. But, you know, looking back at shoulda, woulda, couldas aren't always the best thing to do. But I'm just making a point for you because, man, if you get into some of these companies like Zoom or Square or PayPal or even better companies like Starbucks or Apple and stuff, and you just like let those go, man. Exact. Yeah, he started young. Yeah. Yep. You got it, Jane. Come on, Penn, get up there for us.
Let's get this fucking bread.
Boeing's still going. Nice. I love to see that, Boeing. Let's look at the momentum screeners now. Now that the market's slowing down, let's see what we got. Intel calls. Nice, Intel, nice. Mike, for real, right? He's owned Apple since 2015. His only regret is not buying more. For real, man. For real. It's exactly how I feel about everything that I've ever owned with shares. Unless you buy Zoom when it's like super, super high. But that's why, like, you know, like if you're looking at buying shares, don't buy them. Don't buy into a company when it's like this. You know, even like right now, like AMD, it looks a lot better than that, right? Like Zoom, you know, I mean, this tumble is just so big, like, and it was just up so much right there. Where AMD's at least like been consolidating. It's been up and down a lot. Like it fell from 163 all the way down to 56 or 60. And now it's back to 133. You know, that's a lot better of movement. It's big pullbacks that, you know, aren't necessarily normal, but it's good to see percentage-wise. Like, let's see this pullback percentage-wise. See, that was like a 50% pullback right there, right? Let's see this one. What was this one? This one's also like a 66, you know, fairly close to the percentage pullback. It just looks a lot wilder because the stock is such a different price. Now, let's say we zoom in here. Bam. You know, look. It's almost like the same setup we're in now with AMD, right? I'm sure everybody at this time was saying, oh, it's way too high and etc. This purple box is my buy range for AMD, 40 to 60. And it only got into this range for just a little bit and then started popping off. Wish I would have grabbed some more down there when it did. And look at the key trend line AMD broke too. Like, we're talking picture perfect trend line breaks on this and picture perfect confirmation right where I'm drawing the blue arrow. For all of my charting people out there, like, this is the type of breakout that you want to see and you want to play and get into, is a big breakout like this. And it was awesome at the time. I think that we even had some options on the swings in the swings play channel at the time. Can't quite remember. It's almost been a whole year now since we were breaking out there, but Macy's is up good. Yes, they are. They are really going. Wow, Macy's, quite the recovery here. That's a huge move. Look at the 5-minute chart. Mike, that is perfect. Like, VOO is one of the best ETFs I think that you could get that incorporates the whole market. That would be awesome in a kid's account. Maybe do like 60 to 75% of it, Mike, into like VOO and like safer stuff, and then maybe do like, you know, 25 to 30% maybe off into like other stocks, like maybe riskier plays, you know, maybe stuff like AMD if it's low at the time, or like Disney or Zoom or something, you know, that you guys like, or Enphase, maybe something with solar. But yeah, I like that strat, Mike. I think that'll be awesome for the kids. Whenever they get older, boy, will they love you. Joe with the super chat. Let's go, man. $10. Thank you, Joe. Man, you've been popping it off lately with the super chats. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Joe. That'll get us some nice food here for the baby or something. Nice. Let's go. Appreciate you, Joe. How are you doing trading, Joe? You doing pretty good? AMD calls looking great, says PK Dog in the chat. Let's see AMD calls. I mean, well, nice. Joe made a ton of money on AMD, said. Let's go, Joe. Let's go. Got out early. Well, hey, still though, Joe, nice day for you. I'm glad to see that you did good on AMD. A lot of people didn't want to buy until it got really high, but good shit, Joe. Yeah, W's all around in the chat, guys. Good stuff. Round of applause. Even hit you with the very nice.
Very nice.
If you know who that is who said very nice, throw it out in the chat. They'll be richer than me when they hit 18. I know, right, Mike? Yeah, W's all around for Joe. W's for everyone who capitalized today, guys. There were some good moves out there. The overall market has been pretty slow today. You know, there's been a lot of chop involved, but man, I'll tell you what, you look at individual stocks like Netflix, AMD, Penn Gaming. Hold on, I just threw a whole bunch of them out in the chat. Zoom. Yeah, Zoom even. Intel. Starbucks, S-Bucks. Like, man, we've seen some great plays today. I know the market's been a little choppy overall, but these individual stocks have been super, super fun here. Evernight says he's a ninja. Or something with a ninja. Is that what you mean, like a he was quick on the in and out? Like that? What do you think of Mara? Is it time to make a call? M-A-R-A. I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe intraday it is. If you want to do a quick scalp up, maybe, but BTC USD is falling down on us pretty hard on the daily. Yeah, Joe, I would actually wait on this until we start to see some better uptrends out of Bitcoin, because it seems like it's just starting to pull over here. That doesn't mean Bitcoin can't just instantly turn around and go up, because, you know, it's Bitcoin. It definitely can. But with that big red candle there, I want to see some recovery before I start looking into calls here, because I think we're just a little early maybe on the dip. Maybe a little. Yeah, I see this is still like going down. It looks rough, like it's fading off today. Even like Apple and Amazon and Microsoft are all doing the same thing. It's kind of weird. Kind of weird to see. Amazon, guys. Now this might be a good put play here. Look at what I just found. Oh man. This is looking pretty fire here today. Look at how it's stuck here in this wedge. If we start to see Amazon break out of this wedge down, this I think could be a great potential play to the downside for puts. Just be patient with it. Wait for it to break this wedge, and I think it'll be a fun one. I can see a lot more room down on this. Yeah, it's been choppy, it's been stuck. That 145 resistance is pretty strong. Hey, thanks, Jane. Appreciate you being here, of course. Thank you. Let's go. Nice stuff, Xbox. Hell yeah. Bitcoin does whatever the hell it wants. I know, right? Don't forget to vote up in the poll, guys. 23 total votes. I hope it's not white or just blank for all you guys, but... Let's see Amazon here on the book map, because it's going to be pretty big. Wow, 145 actually doesn't have as many sellers there as I would have thought. There's quite a bit around 145.30 and 145.10. They're kind of just like sprinkled in right there around 145. Interesting. How's AMD looking on the book map? Yeah, 135 overhead is definitely a huge area. I mean, huge area to hit. There's a lot of resistance overhead and like not a ton of buyers under here. Definitely a little bit coming in, though. Oh, it's still blank. That sucks. McDonald's and Coca-Cola are getting shout-outs by the SM bot. Really? Let's see. Hell yeah, they are. Nice. Man, McDonald's. I've been helping them a lot lately at McDonald's, man. I've been enjoying them. I haven't been getting my McRibs as much lately, but I've been getting Big Macs. I think I've had like 3 or 4 Big Macs over the past like 5 days. With the baby, it's just so easy for lunch. And it's good too. It's been hitting the spot lately. Sometimes they make them like shit, but I've gotten like 5 good ones in a row, which is lucky. KO for Coca-Cola though. KO looks all right today. Not near as good momentum, but the daily chart looks great for KO. Looks great. Come on, Amazon. Let's see that 145 resistance for you. Hopefully it can hold up, but what do I think of Upstart? UPST, Joe asks. Whoa, it actually looks really low today. Starting to come back up. I don't always like dip buying on things, but this looks like a pretty decent dip buying opportunity today to buy the dip. Now, I'm just talking for a quick scalp back. I'm not saying it'll go up all day long, but I do like the way it's just starting to come up off of lows. If you're looking for like an intraday type of move, I like it up maybe into like the 35.50 resistance again. That would be nice. But good stuff, Joe. Yeah, Upstart. Let's see the daily again. The daily looks a little bit iffy to me. Like it started going. Today was a big pullback. Sometimes when you see these big red candles come in like this, it starts to signify a downtrend coming. But then again, like we can scroll back to like the top of the recent trend and look how there was a big red candle here where I'm circling. And then, you know, the market was resilient and Upstart just went up for a few more days. With the significance of that candle, though, I would say some sellers are definitely coming in. I don't know how low it's going to end up going. If I wanted to be realistic, I would look at like a hit around the $31 to $30 support over the next few days. That's kind of where I would target here until we start to see green come back in. But until we see like $38 break here, which is actually a pretty decent little double top. If we see 38 break, then, you know, go more bullish. But until that breaks again, I'm going to watch for a move closer down to around 30, honestly. All right, AMD starting to consolidate a little bit on this support. Watch for it to come back up a little bit here and retest like one of these resistances and then come back down. I would assume that it tries to test like 134 again or like 133.90 before just tanking under support. Although it did hit it pretty damn good right here where I'm circling, so. Keep an eye on it, though. It's near intraday support. It could start popping back a little bit. You'll regret the Mickey D's later in life. Think about your little girl. Yeah, trust me, the Mickey D's are the least of my worries. Oh, boy. The Mickey D's. Haven't you guys ever seen the legend, the man, the myth, the legend with McDonald's? Man eats... Wait till you guys see this. You guys are going to laugh at this. All right. While the market starts to slow up here, and we're getting towards the end of the stream, let's play a little bit of a fun video here. I think you guys will get a bit of a kick out of this. This is pretty funny. Let's watch it.
I love hamburger like no other food. I have eaten...
This is me. I'm not kidding.
32,340 Big Macs in my lifetime. I'm closing in on 50 years next year of eating them every day. This is a McDonald's Big Mac. It's the best sandwich in the world. When I like something, I stick with it all the time. My habit right now is just to eat 2 a day, and that would be like 14 a week. The obsession with Big Macs began because, for one thing, my love of hamburger. May 17, 1972 is the day I got my first car. I drove to McDonald's, I ordered my first 3 Big Macs, went out in the car and ate them, and I said right there that I'm gonna probably eat these the rest of my life. And I threw the cartons in the back seat and started counting them from day one. This is 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, and so on. How I keep track of how many Big Macs I've eaten is, for one thing, I save the cartons. Another thing is I save all the receipts. And I also keep a running count on a calendar. I've kept a running count on the calendar since May 17, 1972, right up through today. So I can tell you which Big Macs I ate on which day. This is a McDonald's Big Mac. It's the best sandwich in the world. As you see here, you've got your sesame seed bun on the top, first patty.
Well, you guys get the point. I don't want to play that for like 10 minutes here and just, you know, watch a bunch of bullshit, but the guy's eaten 32,000 Big Macs in his life, 2 a day. I mean, that is, how that guy is alive is beyond me. But speaking of McDonald's, look at the stock. It's actually doing great here again, looking good. Starting to pop back off to the upside still, intraday. I like it. Amazon here, nice, nice, holding the trend, getting back towards the top end of this channel. Maybe we'll hit here and consolidate again. AMZN still just stuck in the channel, but that is pretty nuts though. That's a lot of Big Macs. Yeah, Super Size Me, it's kind of like him. Kind of like him. Can you stay on until Amazon reaches a breaking point? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. Let's eye it up. AVGO. Nice. It's breaking 1,000 now like nothing. Wow. Maybe AVGO will get the 1020 after all. Wow, AVGO. I just cannot believe how high it got. AVGO, wow. I mean, what a move. AMD, let's see it. There we go. See, bouncing off support a little bit, coming back up slightly. I think it'll come back a little bit and try to retest the resistance and see what happens here. It doesn't necessarily look like a super bearish play, but if it rejects here at 134, that'll actually kind of be like a head and shoulders pattern going on. And I don't always like to bring up the head and shoulders patterns, but they seem like they play out quite a bit. And the main reason that they seem like they play out like that, I think, is because stocks like the channel. And whenever we see stocks channel, they'll end up looking like that a lot because, like, you know, it hit that 135 resistance, but then there's also resistance at 134. So then it gets back down into that channel. But they don't always play out like they're supposed to, these heads and shoulders. They get kind of whacked sometimes with the price action because, you know, the market's volatile. It's not going to play out picture perfect every time. It can, but does it? No, not all the time. And definitely not usually. PLTR starting to trend back down. This looks like a pretty bearish pattern here. I don't like that. DraftKings actually looks pretty good. This one's starting to come back a little bit. I kind of like that. Pointing back. Disney's trying to point back up. Penn is still up a lot on the day, up to 25.87 still. Holy crap. It's definitely slowing up, but we'll take that good movement, that's for certain. Beautiful. How's Zoom? Okay, coming back good. I closed my Zoom earlier when it was down here at like 71.50 to 72 on my swing earlier today. Decided to fully exit it. I don't think the move's totally over yet or anything, but you know, we got that solid breakout that we were looking for off of our channel, and I think once it hits like 74 to 75, it might consolidate a little bit and come back down. And once it starts to come back down, I'll look to rebuy somewhere, like if it comes down to retest 70 or down like 69, 68, especially if it gets back down to this trend line again. Oh boy. And I'll show you guys the setup here that I'm looking at, because we had the same thing play out with AMD here. Here's AMD. See how it broke out really big above its trend? Had a beautiful break and then came back and retested the trend right down here. That's what I'm going to be looking for on Zoom. It's going to be the exact type of setup that I'm looking at. It's breaking out above the trend line now, and I'll be, you know, we caught it here, made some good gains. Now we're going to let it hit resistance and maybe get back in after it dips back down towards that level. So if you're a trader out there, keep this in the back of your mind with Zoom, because if it starts rejecting, it might give you some good confidence to like let it go down a little bit and then buy in right around the bottom. You know, it might give you that confidence to say like, hey, 68 to 66, bam, that's where I'm gonna fire, you know. And you can think about that and say like, you know, when it gets there, we're firing, and you have that plan all in place with your stop losses down under supports and stuff. Do you do live streams for every trading day? Yes, every single one. So if you're new here, smash that subscribe button and hit that bell icon. That way you get notified every single time. But every morning, 15 minutes before the market opens, I go live. And hey, thank you guys for liking up the stream. We almost got to 30 likes today, which is nice. And one thing I wanted to go over really quickly with you guys is, do not forget, we are going to have a live Q&A event for all premium members this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time in the Discord. I repeat again, a live Q&A premium only event coming this Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to throw the link in the chat here. If you guys are interested in joining the premium portions of our Discord, check out the link below. Use code 2023. It gives you the first month for 99 bucks. It's a great deal. If you want to go the yearly route, you'll save a ton of money. I mean, like, you'll save like $1,000 over the course of a year just using that yearly deal. So make sure you guys check out those, make sure you check out the link, but you have to be in the premium to get into the premium live Q&As every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can join up. You can ask Mike and myself and Hunter even sometimes any questions that you guys have or that you guys want. So make sure you're joining up on those events, and especially if you have the premium, make sure you're getting in, because I think you guys will really appreciate that. Now let's go back to Amazon really fast. It's still sitting here in the channel. Still kind of playing out here pretty well. Let's see if it starts to break under here soon or not. AMD giving up what it gained. I know, right? It really is. Oh, wow. It's under support now at 132.50. Yep. It moved up a little bit and then broke that support like nothing. So it looks pretty rough there on AMD intraday. But you know what? AMD made a new high of the year. So it's just sitting now just, you know, up here at the top around there. All right, Amazon still consolidating. Meta at support. Look at AMD, all these buyers that just came in at 132. Holy shit, look how thick and red that is. That's 79,000 shares that just came in there at 132. Interesting. Those are buys right there too, so. Looks like this 132 area is pretty decent support here on AMD. Look at the 1 hour. Let's go back and look. See that 1 minute on it again? Bro, you were totally spot on with Apple. Hey, thanks. Yeah, it started just slowly but surely, you know, trending to the downside. For you guys who have watched the streams for a long time, I kind of coined this phrase called sliding off. And that's kind of what we saw with Apple this morning, as it started to slide off a little bit like that. Amazon still sitting here in the middle of its wedge. Just consolidating here. I am going to have to run pretty soon, though, because I am on, you know, daddy duty. I guess you'd say. Dad duty here. But give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Come on here, Amazon. Get some movement. It's getting really slow here as it's getting to the end. The problem with this wedge is that it might kind of do this for a long time until the end and then finally fall out. And I would assume it gets a little closer to the edge before it falls out. But this is kind of what I'm looking at today with Amazon, just so everybody's aware and can kind of see like what I'm kind of looking at with that price action. At this point, I would think having a... Man, like, I would think if you could get back under, like, 144.55, like, that would be, like, a great spot to, like, enter into some puts once you start to see this channel breaking. That'll start to look great. Like, 144.50, 144.55, somewhere, like, right there, I think could be a great intraday entry or opportunity. Appreciate you guys joining up today, though. I am going to have to head out, so thank you guys for being here. Seriously, I'll be back tomorrow morning for some good price action. Looks like it's getting a little bit slow here right now, but AVGO, people are still asking about AVGO sitting at 1,012. I mean, it's so high. Like, it looks great. Like, I think it can keep going. It has a lot of momentum. It's just like, is it worth playing? Because it's up so much and the calls are probably already exploded. And, you know, at this point, it's like a no play. I would much rather be patient with like the Amazon setup and see if like this lower trend gives out and then maybe try to make a play on puts with that or something. I think that would be a much safer and a much more playable type of play. You might get lucky with AVGO, like if you catch it on like a big green candle, but like I said, it's up so much today. I feel like the opportunities are like, you know, you should have entered earlier, I guess, is kind of what I'm getting at. More better entry points were maybe like as it broke like 1,000 or like as it broke like 980 or like this double top it had around 977, like right there, that break could have been good, or something like that would have been a much better spot. But I appreciate it, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Like I said, if you're not in the premium portion of the Discord yet, check out the link that I'm putting in the chat right now. Go sign up for stat modeling. You'll get access to all of our day trading bots and everything for just 99 bucks a month. Go check it out. I love to see it. Yes, sir. Did Amazon reach a breaking point? I'm hoping it does soon, man. I killed the stream earlier, though. And now I'm sad, but... Alright, guys, well, I gotta run. Just create those alerts. You know, put the Amazon alert like at 144.55. Put the resistance at 145. Let's see how this baby plays out. You know, it could be fun here in a couple hours or maybe an hour or so. It might take another 30 to 40 minutes of just chopping before it gets a good move. So be patient with it. Wait for it to break that lower trend and see what we can get, guys. If it starts moving up, then you might be able to play calls on a breakout, but I'd probably just look at different stocks then. So see you guys tomorrow. Sorry I had to run. See you guys.